How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I really do appreciate you taking your time tuning into today's video. Well, it's happened. Thousands of dock workers at every major East and Gulf Coast port have gone on strike. And I'm sure you've seen on social media the long lines in stores. It kind of reminds you of what happened during the vid, where people are panic buying. They say at least 14 ports have closed. But the other things people haven't talked about that will soon be short of supplies and will go up in price is ammunition. And they're saying even components like powders, projectiles, and primers. And this will have a ripple effect. And those 14 ports that I talked about handle about half of all goods shipped in containers in and out of the United States. You can expect to see higher prices on ammunition in the near future and longer wait times for the product to be restocked, which they're saying could last for months. They're saying there will be a shortage, and hopefully everybody learned from the past and is already stocked up on ammunition. They say the strike is expected to last 1 or 2 weeks, but who knows? They say the first thing that will dry up is the cheaper ammunition. And as I mentioned earlier, the strike is supposed to last between 1 or 2 weeks. And I mentioned the ripple effect. That will affect prices of ammunition that come from the West Coast. And that could last 1 to 2 months or more. And the ammunition that comes from the West Coast, it will help a little bit, but it sure won't make up the difference for a while. And like I said earlier, the price of ammunition will go up because of the lack of availability. They say leading up to last Friday, almost 14 billion in trade arrived at those 14 ports I mentioned. And on Friday alone, 2.7 billion arrived, according to the International Longshoremen's Association Union. This is the first time they have done a strike since 1977. They say the strike will not affect military shipments of cargo or anything that has to do with cruise ships. If this continues on, they say it will cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars a day. Not only will it slow down the flow of goods, it will raise shipping costs and most likely will be passed on to consumers. Now there's a thing called the Taft-Hartley provision. And if a president invokes that provision, that makes it so union members can't strike for 60 days, which would give them time to negotiate. But guess what? Biden never invoked the provision. And this is going to help out in the presidential race because prices are going to go back up even more, adding more inflation and jeopardizing jobs about a month away from the presidential election. They say it would take at least a month to clear the backlog of shipments. And some people might say, can those ships be diverted to the West Coast? And the answer is they could, but they couldn't handle it all. And they said the United States rail system couldn't handle it all either. They say it also will affect the pharmaceutical and auto industries and also tobacco companies. They say fresh meat and other refrigerated food could spoil. And of course, that would result in shortages and higher prices. And pardon me cussing, but this is a first-class fuck-up. How far are they going to push the people of the United States? They can't handle higher prices, and especially the hard-hit areas from the hurricane, where there already is supply shortages. And then add even higher prices? This is a making for a huge disaster. And there's crickets from Biden and Harris. I guarantee you, if Trump was president now, this would have never happened. Or if it did happen, he would personally get a hold of both sides and it would be fixed very quickly. But Joe likes to hang out at the beach. And they say Kamala is way out west doing fundraising for her campaign. They should be ashamed of themselves. And the unfortunate thing is they're not. And I'm not doing this to fearmonger anybody at all. If you don't need the ammunition or any other supplies at all, don't run out and get it because there are others that will need it. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about today's video in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed the video and you want to help the channel out and help it to continue to grow, please take a few seconds of your time to like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. I really would appreciate it. And I invite everybody to come back and watch my next video.